Carshalton Athletic bow out of the FA Cup 4-1 loss against Boston United today. I've been joined by Coach Alberto. Al, come on, mate. It wasn't a 4-1 result at the end of the day, was it? But still very disappointing to crash out the cup.
Absolutely not a 4-1. The boys were disappointed looking at the scoreline. But I cannot express how proud myself, Pete and Keith are of the boys in terms of what they've done to the local community, what they've done in terms of their own individual efforts and achievements. We've got to look at that as a positive. However, looking at the score, looking at how the game went, we had some chances. We had the chances to go and get something out of the game.
I've been joined by their manager, Craig Elliott. Craig, thanks for joining us on Robins TV. First of all, that's going to make that long journey back a little bit sweeter tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a long journey down, obviously, and you start thinking if we lose, it is going to be a long journey, but obviously being lucky enough to win today, it makes it a lot more better. I've
been joined by the skipper, Paris Hamilton-Downs. Paris, first of all, just give us an indication of what Pete said in the dressing room after that, because for my money, it wasn't a 4-1 defeat, really.
No, it wasn't a 4-1 game at all, but he just said it was clinical. We wasn't in important times in the game, and especially when it was 2-1, we had a few chances and we could have pegged it back, but didn't finish our chances, and they finished us at the end. Obviously, like we say, it wasn't a 4-1 game, no way.
Second half, we was pushing a little bit towards the end. When we got it back to 2-1, Peter made a couple of changes, more tactical, I think, to try and push forward and try and get that equaliser. And I think we just got caught on the break a little bit. But when you're 2-1, you're going to push and try and force a replay. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be today.
As you said, 4-1, it looks bad on paper, but like if you're out there on the pitch, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be 4-1.
In the second half, we really went for it from the first minute. What was the difference? Obviously, we brought Tommy and Omar on to give us a bit more of a cutting edge, but do you feel like the pendulum swung our way?
I think we had to go for it, really. We was 2-0 down and we couldn't play like we did in the first half. It was pretty poor, to be fair, so we knew we had to come out and go for it, and that's what we did. Had a few chances, Christie finishes, and I think we just tried to push for that second goal at the end, and we just got caught out, really.
When Christie got the goal, did you think, wow, this is it now, we're going to get ourselves back level, maybe push on for a winner?
Yeah, well, we always believe in ourselves, so we knew once we get one back, like there's usually second comes.
Do you think Craig Elliott's got the boys playing really well now, because it's a couple of wins on the spin? How do you feel like the season's progressed up to this point?
Pretty good, actually, yeah. I mean, last season we were second early doors and then fell away a bit. The squad he's built this season, I think, has huge potential. We've got, square pegs and square holes for the most part. I have a lot of faith in Craig Elliott. I think he's exactly the man for us. We're a little bit outside the playoffs at the moment, but we have a game or two in hand. Cup run might not help from that point of view, but the money that comes in certainly will. So, we'll see how things go, but he's the man for me. I wouldn't.
What do you think the difference was that after the second half? Carshalton seemed to come out a bit more, or do you think you took your foot off the pedal?
A bit of both. I think Carshalton are a good team with good attackers, and I think obviously they put the four lads up front then and put us under a lot more pressure, which I expected. And they're very good players, and you've got to defend well against them. And we did that at times, rode us luck at times as well, got to say that. But we got the job done in the end. I think just at the right times we were more clinical today, and I think that was the difference.
Yeah, two good finishes by Andy today, and I heard in the commentary from BBC Radio Lincolnshire that he doesn't score that many.
No, he's not a goal-scoring midfielder by any means. He's not scored before this season, so he's got 3 in the FA Cup now and 2 very good finishes today. So fair play to him.
What was the buzz like in the dugout when Christie got onto that loose ball and tucked it away? Because the fans went absolutely crazy.
We were so delighted, and we should have scored some goals prior to that, but what you got to look at is in terms of Tommy making that shot, using his left foot, dropping his shoulder and taking a strike, keeper parried it, and then what a fantastic rebound, so proud of him.
Now Tommy had the shot, and like all good forwards you were following it. Talk us through the goal.
Our build-up was quite well. We played through the lines, and then I remember seeing Tommy line up for a left-footed shot, and I thought he's going to hit this well. And I thought the keeper's, he hasn't been at his best, so I was thinking he's going to scuff it. So, I just followed it up and then scored.
Were you aware of the reaction of the fans, like when the ball hit the back of the net?
A little, but I was more worried about getting back and starting again to get a second.
Ask you, in the first half, obviously you got substituted before the break. Was it to do with getting an injury when you made that block inside the area, or?
No, that wasn't. It's nothing to do with that. But it's the tactics. We had to change it, and then there's no player bigger than the team. The team comes before anyone. So for me, it could have been anyone that come off. For Pete to take him off, he's off the pitch. He's the manager. He sees that we have to change it, and he makes a decision. And I respect it. And the team is, as I said, the team comes before anyone on the team. So.
In the first half, Bobby had a chance, didn't he? It was the best chance of the game up until they scored the first goal. Did you see how the guy got back on the line? Because I couldn't believe it.
To be fair, when the ball was switched and flicked on to Bob, he had so much time. To be fair, he done well. I thought, is he going to cross it? Is he going to shoot? He obviously took a touch and had a shot. I just saw bodies in front. I'm not sure. I thought the goalkeeper pushed it away at first, but I heard it hit the defender on the side of the shoulder.
Not even a defender, it's a midfielder like chasing back, you know what I mean? So just one of those ones on another day it would have flown in.
Yeah, on another day if that goes in, I suppose it creates a different picture, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately.
Well, listen, on behalf of all the fans and everyone at the club, thanks to you and the boys and the management for taking us this far. It's been a magical journey and obviously very disappointed, but well done. You should all be proud of yourselves.
Yeah, thanks to the fans and everyone that came out today. Obviously, there's very, very good support, including the Boston United fans as well. But yeah, thanks to everyone that came out, and yeah, cheers.
Now listen, final question. FA Trophy action on Tuesday back here, 7:45 kickoff. Just get that out of the way. Against Frome Town. Like last season, we got to the last 16, didn't we? Can we do it again? But also, what does that game represent now that we're out of the FA Cup?
Yeah, listen, we want to progress in every competition we compete in, whether it's the league, the FA Cup, the FA Trophy. We want to progress, so we know they're going to be a decent side. I think they're top of their league at the moment. Again, them coming here will suit us, hopefully. I know they've got a bit of a journey down, but we need to put this behind us, and hopefully there'll be a bit of a backlash. A few of us in the dressing room, we're not happy with the way we perform. We feel we could have done better, so hopefully we show that on Tuesday.
We need people like this every game, because if we want to go up to the next level, we need you side by side with us.
Dan, thanks a lot, mate. Hard luck today, yeah? Cheers.